guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Sammy Nicole, and this is my beautiful mother Fifi. We're the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show here on YouTube, a dynamic mother-daughter duo. And on our channel, we talk about all things love, life, relationships, and a little bit of pop culture from both the millennial perspective and the Generation X perspective, which is my lovely mother Fifi.
Generation X and millennial.
Yes, thank you for saying that 2 times just in case they didn't hear it the first time. But yeah, all right. So what are we talking about tonight? Like, it's been a lot going on in these social media streets, a lot of different topics, a lot of thoughts.
For sure.
What's been going on your mind? What have you been seeing?
Oh, you said you want to talk about Safaree.
That upset you? I don't think I was upset. Now, well, I guess it was disappointing. That's the word. Safaree Samuels and Erica Mena from Love and Hip Hop New York, but now they're on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And Erica Mena is a video vixen. Safaree Samuels is a rapper.
Oh, you're right.
Songwriter, but more famously known as Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend. Well, that's how we know him. Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend.
They said Nicki was happy for him and Erica.
I'm sure she was. They said she's going through a lot in her marriage.
Allegedly.
That's just what I hear on the streets with Zoo Petty. But anyway, so it's been just a lot going on between Safaree and Erica Mena. I mean, just to watch their love story unfold and watch their marriage deteriorate and the way they're acting with each other via social media. If anything, I feel sad for their children, Sapphire and Legend.
Oh.
Because, yeah, I think they have like 2 kids under 2.
Well, they got the newborn.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. It's a tough time for her. Some people say, I've been hearing some stuff on social media, it's her karma, you know. And then some other people are saying that, well, Safaree should have known better. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It could be a little bit of both, but irregardless, I think Safaree, as a man and a father, he needs to see about his children. I'm just a big...
that was messed up, him like celebrating his birthday in
Jamaica
Jamaica while she was in the NIC unit in ICU with her newborn.
Yeah, I'm just a big advocate for for the kids. I don't care what goes on between the mom and dad. If you're a parent and you love your kids, irregardless of what's going on between you and the person that you had them with, the kids should supersede all that. It doesn't mean that you all have to be in a relationship, you all have to be together, but you do have to raise your children, and you do have to make sure that your kids' needs are met and that you're there for your children. I think that's just so immature for him to just not be there for her, from what we see on social media.
And what she's stating, allegedly,
it doesn't look like he was there for the baby.
He made it just in time in the delivery room for the birth, but after that, he was out celebrating his birthday and doing his thing. We don't know what events led up to that, but from what she stated, he hasn't been around since
so
birth.
Her tribe had to help her. She added a couple of people,
including Bambi from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and Bambi is stating she's can relate to Erica Mena, and she's married as well, and she's been going through things allegedly with little Scrappy. So I don't know.
I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not either.
But I just think for the sake of the children, I mean, and I just want to say this to kids grow up.
Yeah.
Children don't stay children, babies and infants. They grow up and they start to see things and they start to remember things, and we get up in age, and then we want to have these spectacular relationships with our children. But you got to remember how you treated their mom and how you treated them, and you wasn't around when they were growing up. And kids remember that. And it's like, okay, why do I want to have a relationship with you and you was never there for me when I needed you? So, those are just some of the things you got to think about. But just knowing that your kids need you. Those children, that baby needed, she needed to be with her dad because she was in the NIC and she needed...
It's he. It's a boy.
He was in the NIC, and so they needed that contact,
Skin to skin.
Yeah, and she was doing it all, and she was staying up there with the baby. She probably had to get somebody to relieve her. It's just a lot. It's a lot anyway, giving birth. But can you imagine giving birth and having to go through that?
Mm-hmm.
So that was just overwhelming for her, and then not to have the support she needs from the child's father.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's selfish.
I do too. I think it's selfish for sure.
I think it was very selfish of him. I don't know what happened between them, but it doesn't matter what happened between them. At that point, that should have all been put on hold, and he should have just focused on his baby. Mm-hmm. That's what I think real men do. I think they're there for their children no matter how they feel about the mother.
And so now he's suing her for allegedly destroying over $50,000 worth of clothes
and he'll
other
probably
personal
get it.
Items.
He'll probably get it. He'll probably get a portion of that money.
Or
it'll probably be a wash. She'll probably countersue him or ask for something. They're married, so more than likely he'll probably be grant the $50,000, but it'll be a wash. She'll ask for something and it'll wash it out.
That's how you think it's gonna go?
Yeah. He won't get any cash for it. He'll be granted it, but he won't gain anything from it. Because it's going to be... Because they're married. We're not talking about girlfriend and boyfriend. See, what we have to realize is when you're married, that changes the whole rules of the game. It's a whole different playing field when you're married. And sometimes it can be in your favor and sometimes it can't. But the rules change when you are married than when you're boyfriend and girlfriend. So it's going to be a lot of things factor into her destroying his items. She can come back and say, well, he destroyed some of mine. And depending on the judge can say, she could say, I bought everything while we were married. My money contributing to buying all those items. Then it becomes marital property. Mm-hmm. So it depends on the judge, depends on how good her attorney is, how good, a lot of things factor into that. So, just thinking that he's just gonna get this $50,000 for these items, he could not. I wouldn't. If I was her, I wouldn't even be concerned. That'd be the least of my worries. Him suing me over that.
Well, all right then. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot going on with them. I wish they wouldn't put it on social media, but that's how they make their money. Yeah. And it's got people tuning in to Love and Hip Hop to see the dissolution of their relationship, and it's gaining them followers and probably bringing them opportunities.
Why do we gravitate to stuff like that?
Because we like to see people suffer. We live in a society as humans, especially, at least in this society. I can't speak about across the globe, but we enjoy seeing other people going through turmoil and sadness and grief and affliction. That's just my opinion, how I observe it. We like to see other people suffer. As messed up as it sounds, as demonic as it sounds, it's just like, it makes us feel good about ourselves. Like, okay, now I can bring them down on my level because I know they're going through stuff like I'm going through stuff. And it's also just escapism. You see somebody else struggling, going through something, it makes you feel teach better about yourself in that moment. It distracts you from that moment to where you're not worrying about how messed up your situation is or how you perceive your situation as being. Because now you're focusing on that person and what they're going through. And you're like, oh my gosh. That's why gossip blogs are so big. That's why soap operas are so big. Because we love the drama. Especially if you have people who may not have a lot going on with their life may be considered boring. And so when they watching soap operas or reality TV or Wendy Williams gossip shows or The Shade Room, that gives them excitement. It's escapism. Gives them something to talk about, and brings some color to their life.
Yeah, it's just like...
That's just my theory.
I heard somebody say that she said she just wish she could take her 3 babies and just escape from all of this, go away until all this is over with. And just to hear her say that, it was just so heart-wrenching. I felt so sorry for her, I'm rooting for anybody that wants marriage and love and children, because it seems like now that, nobody honors the covenant of marriage, and when you, especially young people, somebody young like that and in the industry like that.
Well, he's 40.
Well, he's relatively.
He's relatively young, but he's old enough to know better. Yeah. It's not like, he's young, he doesn't know, he has to learn.
Yeah, he knows
you
better.
40 years old, so you know better. You just don't give a damn.
He just don't care. So, I was rooting for them, with with the children and marriage. They actually got married, so it's just sad that, they're going through this, and then the kids are involved. Kids don't deserve that. Those babies don't deserve that. Mm-mm. And the baby that had issues at birth, that's going to be a constant thing for her. That baby's going to have needs, until that baby gets to a certain age, and she's going to have to deal with that. Is he going to be there for her? That's why when you get married and have babies by people, you have to know who you're dealing with.
The good, bad, and ugly. You
really do. Because that's just a sad situation all the way around. And I just hope it can come to where it's peaceful, where they can just come to an agreement and it can be peaceful.
Same here. So yeah, y'all, that's our thoughts. Ain't got no more.
No.
Smoky didn't even says.
Ain't got no more.
Ain't got no more. But yeah, please be sure to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know what you think down in the comment section. Yeah. If you've been following this story. And until next time, I'm Sam Nicole. This is Fifi. We'll check you later. We'll check you out later. Bye. You did it too soon. Bye. Bye, y'all.